Well, hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to another month of T-BAM's, the Big Apple Indie Music Series. I am one of your hosts, Letitia M., joined here by the wonderful John Landers of T-BAM's. And let me tell you, it's just an exciting month for you. T-BAM's is bringing six amazing artists in March, and we cannot wait. So, the first thing that we always want to remind everyone is that you want to be there live during this event. Now, this event's date is for March the 11th, which is Wednesday, so we hope that you can get out there. And, of course, it wouldn't be an event if it wasn't at the wonderful Toshi's Living Room. So we're looking forward to everyone coming out and hanging out at Toshi's Living Room this Wednesday. That's 9 West 26th Street, New York City. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. Hi, John. How's it going today?
I'm good, Letitia. How are we doing today?
We're doing very well. We have some exciting news. I know we have so many different artists to talk to today, and I know that T-BAM's is just, moving up and forward and really showcasing this talent the way that it should. One of the things that I love that you're doing on your site, and this is something that you guys have been doing for the last couple of months, but I just love bringing it up, is how, one, T-BAMS has always considered their artists part of the family. So now on your website, you can actually go to our T-BAMS family tab and see all of the past performers. They have their own page there. What kind of inspired you to create separate pages for all of these wonderful, talented people?
Well, it's just another way of showing our support for the independent artists that we bring in each month. And as I explain to people, we're not your typical open mic. We're very, very critical on the artists we bring in. But once we do bring them in, well, they have a right to have a nice platform there to be seen and remembered by. So they become part of the family, and obviously we'd like them to all become actually members, which we're building a new membership program. Eventually we'll have a 3-tier program based on the amount of support they want to have going forward. And that's going to bring a lot of things to the table. In fact, we're talking about a lot of new stuff that's going to really take us to a whole new level very soon, including a connection now with guitar centers that we're going to be explaining soon.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear that. I know we're going to talk about that a little later in the program because that is just amazing news. Anytime you can partner with, a major corporation that is directly configured with what you do is always a good thing. Well, I just want to remind everybody, if you want to learn more about the showcase and, see what we're talking about, visit tbaims.com. And that way you can get all the information that we're talking about and find out how you can either become a part of T-BAM's family or just come out to the showcase. It's going to be some amazing stuff. Now, one of the other things I think is cool, and this is for some people who may not know who they may be hobnobbing with during the event. Grammy Award winner producers, Cannes Film Festival Award winners, MTV Award winners, major record labels, music directors, and corporate CEOs will be amongst the attendees at the amazing event supporting independent music artists. So that's why you want to get out there so that you can have your music heard by the best of the best, and possibly even if they don't even sign you, like some independent artists that we talk to love being independent artists. They just love the performing. They love to be able to micromanage their own business. But a lot of the times you get to partner with some of these companies and some of these CEOs with other projects that they have. And so that's, something that you definitely want to look forward to doing as well. So, John, I know we have a lot of artists to talk to today because you guys have 6 people in the showcase this month and just some amazing talent. We do have some artists that's already checked in with us. So, hey, artists, how you guys doing? But we wanted to start with Ozzy Delmore. What can you tell us before we bring this young man on?
Well, Ozzy's actually he's a reggae singer. He comes out of Brooklyn, but he's originally from St. Vincent. He's been he won a Caribbean Amateur Night at the Apollo Theater in 1990. Guy's got a really nice sound, good voice, and we're very excited to have him on board this month.
Excellent. Well, I got a chance to talk to the young man right before we started the showcase today, so I'm definitely looking forward to the interview. So, hi, Ozzy. How's it going today?
Hi, Letitia. Hi, John. Thank you guys for having me. I'm doing very well, thank you. Just happy to be on the show with you guys today.
Awesome.
It's
You
a
know,
pleasure.
we love reggae. I got to tell you, so I'm excited to see reggae is in the showcase this month, and you know, just to get the audience to know a little bit about you. Tell us how you got started in the music industry. What kind of inspired you to be a artist?
Well, I started at a very young age. I was drawn to the music basically because of my love of music. You know, growing up in the Caribbean and being exposed to so many different genres. You know, I had no other choice but to become immersed in it, and you know, that's why I started as a youngster, maybe about 7 years old. I started playing the harmonica.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was one Christmas, you know, I asked my mom to buy me a harmonica, and at that time, it was like $7, and at that time, $7 was quite a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And she bought it for me, and I was self-taught. So eventually, I also learned the quattro, which is a four-string guitar that you make on the island of the Caribbean. And I learned to play that. They realized that I had a great musical talent, so they decided to send me to professional piano lessons, and that's where I all started, you know.
Everybody has to have a good start, and you know, for it to be a music start for you playing instruments, I find that very fascinating. You know, not all artists now really learn a instrument, and sometimes I think that's almost a disadvantage because you want to be able to know where you want your music to be, what you want the guitar to sound like, what you want, you know, any of the instruments that's in the band, you should know where you want it to be and what notes they should be on. So I think that's great that, you know, you started by playing music, and, you know, so that's amazing.
Absolutely. It's a good thing to be able to, you know, be able to know the structure of the music, like you said, so that you can have an idea of what you want, you know. But then again, there are many great vocalists who, you know, their voice is their instrument, and they can play that instrument just as well as, you know, a classically trained pianist.
Absolutely. We were talking about that a couple of months ago, how, you know, as long as you stay trained up and really focus on your craft, you know, that is your instrument, and you can actually figure out where you want things to be at just by knowing the notes that you are playing itself. So just, you know, just great stuff. And, you know, we focus on the business end of the music industry a lot here, too. You know, what do you know about the business end or the business side of your music, of where your career is right now?
Well, you know, it's good that you mentioned the business end of it because that's essentially the reason why I've been drawn to this event, based on what John, you know, he explained to me that they're interested in, TB Ames is interested in, you know, venturing further into other areas such as booking for festivals and things such of that as that nature. But as far as the business end goes, you know, I mean, we can all see that the music industry is changing. It's no longer an industry based on, you know, producing material, getting signed to a major record label, and you know, getting taken care of by the label, you know, for the length of the contract. You know, these days, you know, it's more single-based industry where if you release a good single with a good video and you keep pushing that, you get the downloads. You know, you keep doing that until you get an album. Plot that together. The physical article is really not the idea these days. The physical CD no longer is the strength. It's the download that's the strength. So you know, it's curiosity that really drew me to this event and to John's pitch. You know, it's interesting. So I'm here on board just to spread my message and to, in a way, try to collaborate with you guys also on a business end, to see how much we could achieve together.
I love it. And Ozzy, you know, just thinking back to even what you were saying, you know, being able to do different collaborations and things like that, have you had an opportunity to work with other artists and do collaborations or, you know, be featured in someone else's music?
Yes, I have. I have done. I have so far. I've two studio albums recorded, and I'm working on a third album. You know, and previously I've done collaborations with other reggae artists on several on my albums. You know, I do several live collaborations. Also, as a producer, I produce music and you know, video editing, video production. You know, I have a chance to collaborate with many artists on that level as well.
Absolutely. Now, you said something that was very interesting right there, that you produce music as well and working with artists. If someone wants to connect with you to get studio time, to work with you in production and songwriting, how would they do that for just that portion of it, for that end?
How would they get in touch with me?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I mean, the best way to get in touch with me that I would suggest, if anybody's listening right now and you really want to get in touch with Ozzy Delimore, the best way to do that is to come down to Toshi's living room on Wednesday evening. 7:30 p.m. is the time. That's at, what's the address? It's 120, what's the address? 26?
9 West.
9 West 26th Street.
There we go.
People, so if you really want to find out how to get in touch with me, you can see me live in person right there, and we'll go from there. But I'm sure that if anyone is interested in finding out about me, it's very easy. You can just Google my name. It's Ozzy with S's, like Ozzy Davis, and come right up. I'm all over the place.
And may I add this too? Once you've performed for us, we will give you a landing page where they can also sign up on your email list and get directly to you as well. So that'll be coming in.
That'll be great, John. That's something to look forward to.
Awesome.
Yep.
Now, you know, just thinking about your fans and the people who just love your music, you said that you are working on your third album. How can we get the other two albums? Where are they located for us to be able to purchase now?
They're on most outlets on the internet. If you know, it's on iTunes. Any download outlet on the download platform on the internet, it's right there. If they would like to purchase a hard copy of the CD, then they can purchase that from CD Baby at cdbaby.com.
Gotcha. Now, you said something that was interesting, and I kind of want to go back to it. You were talking about, you know, the way that the music is being produced now with the reach online, with us being able to produce our own music and our own videos. It's not about the purchasing, like you said, of albums now. It's about the downloads to show the industry and the people that you have a lot of followers, that people are very interested in your music. It's the same thing now almost with radio. You know, even terrestrial stations are going online so that they can – it's not about listening to anybody live now. It's really about getting those downloads and seeing people enjoy the music anytime that they want to.
Absolutely.
I think that's important. Yeah, for a lot of artists, they need to understand that, you know, the drive online gets you into different countries, gets you into different cities, things like that, because it's an engine that's always on. How important do you think it is for people to make sure they are digitalizing their material?
Well, we're living in a digital world right now, and, I mean, if whoever is unaware of the fact of how important, you know, it is to have online presence, to work your online presence, you know, not just to have it. A lot of artists would, you know, create a Facebook page, create a YouTube channel, and then they think that everyone is going to run to them. But it's a job. It's a daily job. Artists have to spend hours, at least devote a couple hours every day to, you know, just visiting their online sites, making sure they answer their email, making sure, you know, that things keep running. That's the only way to build it. I mean, you were mentioning, you know, your online radio show. You know, these days the public are split up into smaller and smaller categories. Everyone knows exactly what they want. Mm-hmm. So it's very easy if someone is interested in this show, they will be listening. It's not like we can directly focus on what we want in this world today and go directly at it. So, for instance, with the large albums, if someone does not want all of the tracks on the album, they have the choice to download whichever track they want to download. Mm-hmm. It's like your talk radio show. You know, they don't have to listen to FM radio and listen to all the other crap that's on the radio, but they can choose to specifically tune into your show and listen to your show only. based on, you know, the choices that we have today. So it's similar in the industry. We have to target certain demographics. We have to know who wants our stuff and know how to be able to get to them, know how to choose these people into our social networks and not accept everyone who says, come knocking on your door, I want to be your friend. No. I have to give you a run through to see if you would be the right friend on my social network. Are you interested in what I'm doing? I don't want just a number. I don't want just high numbers. I want people who are interested in what I'm doing. So when I start to sell, I know that I have a market there waiting for me.
I love that you said that. You know, that's actually our philosophy here as well. We have about 22 different hosts on this network, and so, you know, we have shows that are running all the time, being produced all the time, and that was our, I think, you know, even just from a radio standpoint, for our talk shows and music programs, we wanted to make sure that we weren't buying Twitter fans and buying Facebook or Instagram fans. They were self-grown. And that's important in this industry because you said it. When it comes down to ticket sales, album sales, you know, releasing new videos, for us producing shows, things like that, we want to make sure that the people who are getting it are actually interested in what we're doing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah, you have to build your network around the demographic of the people who love what you're doing. I mean, if you say, okay, I want to have 50,000 followers, so I'm just going to bring in Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's not the right method. It's, you know, selectively, you know, picking and choosing your demographic so that you don't have to worry about when you're selling a record if the people are going to buy it because you already know that they love it. They will buy it.
That's right. I love it, Ozzy. You know, you're definitely a great artist, and I see that, you know, with about to be three albums under your belt, you know, you're definitely got some standing power here, and I think you're going to rock that showcase at TBAMS on March 11th. So, you know, before we let you go, we have your song, How Come. Would you like to set that song up and tell us what it's about?
Yes, How Come is one of the tracks on my second album, which is simply entitled Reggae Music. And it's posing a number of questions to leaders of government, you know, leaders of religion, and which are the people who really corrupt this world today? Because if the people of the world, the hard-working people, the people who wake up every morning and go to work and come home at night and do the regular things that we all do, were to get together, they would love each other. Muslim, Christian, Jew, no matter what your background is, no matter the color of your skin, we would cooperate with each other. But as a result of leaders of government and religion, we have been corrupted. So this song are the questions I pose to leaders of government and religion on behalf of the world public.
I love it.
That's awesome.
All right,
Thank
Ozzy.
you so much. Thank you.
No
I look forward
worries.
to seeing you guys on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Don't go
it.
anywhere, Ozzy. We're going to talk to you behind the scenes. But, everyone, this has been Ozzy Delmore. You're going to hear the song How Come, followed by a commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Food around, you know there's so much food around. Me say there's so much food around. Oh Lord, I need to know now. How come people work so hard yet don't get their just reward? They don't get their just reward after them work so hard. Right now, tell me why. How come politicians don't care now that the vote is won? Since the election done, me say they stop from a wrong. I question how come them fight so much war? Time to put the weapons down. Is there no more love to be found? To know all the rights from the wrong. Holding nations as hostage, waste of human resources. Holding nations as hostage, wasted human resources. Oh Lord, please tell me why. How poverty around. Me say there's so much poverty around. I question how come so much innocent people lock up. Is there no more justice to be found? Is there no more justice to be found? Is there no more justice to be found? I need to know how come the herb is illegal when it is only a plant that was here from the start. Drugs are not made like that. Now tell me why. How come we have third world nations when there's one world we live on? A human is a human. All children, woman and man. Holding nations as hostage. Wasted human resources. Holding nations as hostage. Wasted human resources. Whoa, now tell me how come? Tell me how come? Could someone tell me how come? Alright, tell me how come? Whoa, now. How come so much people hungry when there's so much food around? Me say there's so much food around. You know there's so much food around. Oh, now I need to know how come? How come?
Hey, Chef Jovi here of the Eat Experience Radio Show. Join me 10 a.m. every Thursday to explore recipes, best restaurants, and food spots in and around the country. I look forward to receiving your comments, so follow us on Spreaker.com to tune into the show. That's SPREAKER.com. And search MWHY Radio to join me every Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Eat Experience Radio Show. And remember to share your Eat Experience.
Hello, I'm Sherelle of Fit and Flow Yoga Radio. Wake up with me every Friday at 6 a.m. and have a wonderful yoga experience. We'll explore meditation and discuss how various yoga postures can help relieve your everyday stress. We'll also make the connection between our faith and wellness. Follow us on Spreaker.com to tune into the show. That's Spreaker, SPREAKER.com. And also search MWHY Radio to join me every Friday at 6 a.m. for Fit and Flow Yoga Radio with Sherelle. And until next time, surrender to your strength and always embrace your flow.
And welcome back to the showcase. We're having such a great time here with the T-BAMS Radio Show. I am one of your hosts, Letitia M., also owner and producer of the May We Help You Radio Network. I am joined by the awesome John Landers, one of the founders and CEOs of the T-BAMS industry. That is the Big Apple Indie Music Showcase. And so what we're doing is we are introducing you to the artists that will be a part of that series for this Wednesday. So, you know, we definitely want you to tune in, or come out, I should say. Come out to Toshi's Living Room this Wednesday. Doors open 7:30 p.m. That's at 9 West 26th Street in New York. So if you didn't plan on being in New York, we want to get you out to New York and come out and hang out with these amazing artists. So, John, you know, we were talking about just how many artists you have. You have 6 artists coming out. We got to talk to Ozzy, who is going to be an amazing artist for you there, having a reggae artist, Ozzy Delmore. And I know that we have some amazing people still on the line with us. And Kathleen Mulholland, also Katie Mulholland, is up next. What can you tell us about Katie?
Well, comes from Queens, New York. She's let's see, she's a former Princess Rebel. Now I'm just reading this thing. She started her career at Yacht Year Studios, Long Island City. She had a radio debut in 2012, an EP, a single called Better. Was featured on the WHUD station in Hudson Valley. And she was actually selected as the top 5 finalists on Empire City's Got Talent in the last year, later that year, 2012. So, but she's really got some really good talent. I mean, I love her style and everything. It's really very nice stuff, and I'm looking forward to having her on the showcase.
Absolutely. I can't wait to talk with her. So let's go ahead and bring on Katie live. Hi, Katie. How is it going today?
Hi, Letitia. It's great. How are you? Hi, John.
Hello.
I cannot complain. It's a great show, and I know that you are just super excited to be a part of this month's showcase. So, Ms. KT, tell us a little bit about yourself. How was it growing up, just knowing that you had this superstar inside of you?
That's actually something my family picks on me a lot about. They all said that I started singing before I could talk. But I think I'm one of the few people that, as soon as I figured out that there was something to be when you grow up, I knew that I wanted to make music. I knew this from the time I was a little girl. So it was exciting. It's never really felt like a burden. It felt like more like a destiny. So I'm really happy to be where I am. I'm excited to be a part of the showcase, and I'm really happy to be on the show today.
Well, not today, but this month is Women's History Month. So we've been talking to a lot of powerful women and really just trying to make sure that we let all women of all ages, little girls all the way to the oldest of the old, know that they are strong, that they are empowered, and that they make a difference in this world. If you can give a message to someone who wants to come into this industry, maybe looking at it from I just enjoy music and not sure what I want to do, what kind of advice would you give them, especially during this month?
I was actually thinking about that because I know we just passed International Women's Day, and I would say, I guess the advice I would give is something I just learned myself, and it's a very hard-learned lesson that I have to keep reminding myself. But the number one thing I would say is that I've found the only limit that I have is believing that I have a limit. That most of the time when I accomplish something really wonderful, I could have done it all along. I just didn't know that about myself. So I would just say my advice is to stop believing that there are things you can't do and spend all that time you were working toward your actual goal, because it's not going to happen by crossing your fingers or praying or thinking about it. It's going to happen with hard work and dedication and belief in yourself. That's the best advice I think I could give.
I love
awesome.
it. Yeah, it is awesome advice. And you know why? Because, I think you hit on some really good points there. Some people are so far into their own head that they do limit themselves. The sky is the limit. I know it's kind of like a cliche thing to say, but if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And that's the key things that I think especially some women need to really understand, that there is a time when you should know when to pump the brakes, but when it comes to your career, you should always be full throttle on that. And so
absolutely.
Thank you so much for that advice.
I think it's really common for women, and of course, historically and even now there are some inequities and there are some imbalances in the work world and in this industry, but the bottom line is there are people who have clearly been outliers of those disadvantages, and there's no reason why I can't be the outlier. There's no reason why every woman can't be the outlier and make that change. It starts with us. We can't wait for somebody to change their mind and decide everybody's equal. We prove it, and then everybody knows that we're equal. So that's really just how it's got to go.
And it does. It does. You have to be able to understand that coming into any industry, you can be on top as long as you do hard work, dedication, and just really have the belief that, just thinking back, my brother's an athlete, and so one of the things that they teach them as an athlete, any coach, any system says go out and kill your enemies. They don't mean physically go out there and kill them, but they mean even if you are the underdog in a situation, you have to go in with the mindset that you are better than any of your opponents out there. That should be the mindset we take in anything that we do. If I believe that I can be the best of the best and I am the best of the best, I will keep achieving the goals that I set for myself because I already know I can do it. It's when you have
Absolutely.
that, well, this person's better than me and I'm probably never going to get to that level, you're already disadvantaging yourself because you're holding yourself back. Do you think about that when you go on stage that, you know what, I'm the best, I'm the performer, and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to rock this show?
It's not necessarily that I think about being the best or even really compare myself to anybody else in that way, but I try when I'm on stage to be the best form of myself that I can be, and I try to believe. I've always understood that if I believe in myself, then I'm worthy of other people believing in me, but I don't think it's fair, especially as an artist, to ask other people to join my cause, join my revolution, believe in what I want to be and what I want to do if I don't believe it myself. So I don't really spend a great deal of time worrying about where I fall in rank with others. I really just try to know for myself that I did the best job that I could, to give everything that I can, and I think that if I do that, then I can't be disappointed in myself because I know I did my very best. So that's really, I try not to focus on other people. If I'm on stage, I'm here, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm focusing on my fans and on my music and on our connection in that moment. That's really all I think about.
So, you know what, I like that
Nice.
answer, because so if you're giving your audience the best of you every time, every performance, they see you at your best.
I hope so.
Love it, love it. You know, what would you say right now is probably one of your favorable or, you know, most memorable moments on stage?
To date, I would have to say I participated, John touched upon this a little bit in my intro. I am a former princess, which is a very silly thing to say, but it's actually true. I participated in a festival in Ireland a few years back, and I was one of 32 women that were sourced internationally and were invited to go to Ireland and tour performing, and it all culminated in one big performance that was televised, and there were, I think, over 1.1 million people tuned in and watched that performance. And it was actually my first time in Ireland, which is where my family's from, and I've always felt very connected to it. And I performed an original song called Mother of Mine that I wrote for Ireland, referencing Ireland as my mother, because I had just never been there and I had never connected to my roots or my family or where I really come from. And I actually got to perform that song on stage for over 1 million Irish people in Ireland. And it was also, incidentally, my birthday. So altogether, it was just, you know, all the cards stacked, and it was a really magical moment. I felt felt a shift. I kind of felt that was a turning point for me in my career, and I suddenly felt like I was really doing the right thing with my time and with my life.
I love it, Your Highness. I love it.
Former. I'm a retired princess.
You're a retired princess. Oh, how do you retire?
No need for Your Highness salutations.
I think we have to explore that now. How do you retire from being a princess? That's awesome.
Oh, I passed the crown. I spent my year as the princess, and I passed the crown, although I do still participate in the organization in New York. There are centers all over the world. It's called the Rose of Tralee, and it's mostly a philanthropic organization, and the whole point is to sort of connect the culture and give back to the community and reunite people with other women that may have, you know, evolved in different ways. I got to meet the Abu Dhabi Rose, and I'm from New York, and at some point in our lineage we were connected, and it's really nice to see, you know, where you come from and also where we've gone. So I still participate in that on the New York side, but more in a volunteer level, not so much as a princess anymore. I'm no longer the representative.
Well, you know what? We actually, on our network, we had Miss Corporate America, and, you know, she wore the crown for the whole year. They just had the pageants just this past weekend. So, like you said, she had to pass the crown, but what she did was she got a lot of votes to become the ambassador. She did not want to give up her rank. She didn't want to give up her crown. Yeah. So now she's the ambassador for the Miss Corporate America industry, and but there is, you know, a new Miss Corporate America, so that's amazing. But, you know, it's very interesting to hear that you had such an amazing performance and that it fell on your birthday the way that it did, you know, in the end. It's just those highlights, and I think that's going to be something that is going to be probably, no matter where you go from here, one of your most memorable moments, because it was able to be personalized for you on so many different levels. Being able to go to Ireland, being able to connect with family, being able to perform such a huge performance on your birthday. I just love it. I don't know anybody who's going to be able to beat that kind of a storyline going forward.
It was definitely a fairy tale. Definitely a story that I'll be able to someday tell my children and hopefully grandchildren, and, you know, it'll be with me for a very long time.
Excellent. Well, if you can, you know, let our audience know, what type of artist are you? Where do you fall in line as far as genres? Even though we don't like to stick with stigmatism of genres, but where would you say that your music and your sound can be listed?
Well, you know, our sound has evolved quite a bit. I would say, I mean, I don't know if John had told you, but my evolution of my career, I actually started in musical theater. I, as a little girl, had wanted to be on Broadway, and I trained in it, and I took professional lessons. I got a degree in it. I went to Emerson. I graduated, and I pursued musical theater, and I believed that was what I was going to do, and I was always writing. The whole time I was writing, and I thought maybe someday I'd write a musical, or I would somehow take all this creative energy and put it into my work in a more significant way. You know, I love to perform things that other people wrote, but I also really just love to write. I love words. So I was pursuing that in New York when I first got here, and I remember I was very frustrated because every audition I'd go on, they would tell me, "Oh, you're great, but we're not actually casting. We're going through agents." I said, "Okay, well, I'll go get an agent." So I went and I took classes and I met with agents, and I went to many meetings, and every single one said, "Oh, you're wonderful. We should sign you, but we're not going to." I said, "Okay, why not? Can you give me any constructive criticism, something I can work on to be better to get there?" "Oh, no, we just don't have any money. It's a recession. We're not signing anyone." I said, "Oh,
wow.
Okay. So I can't get cast. I can't get an agent." So I went out one night, and I was very frustrated, and I was singing karaoke. I was aggravated that I was waiting in line to be able to sing. I was tired of waiting, so I went to sing. And I finished. I was singing Janis Joplin, actually. I remember it really distinctly. And a guy walked up to me, and he said, "Hey, I know this will sound crazy, but I'm a recording artist, and my backup singer dropped out. We've got studio time tomorrow. Can you come? I'll pay you." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool. When and where?" And I actually ended up touring with him for about a year singing country music. And we were at the Tennessee State Fair later that year, and he had taken a bathroom break, and I was singing, to a couple hundred people in a field full of cows in the middle of Tennessee. And I just had a moment where I stopped and I thought, I'll always love musical theater, but this is what I want to do. I want to connect with people as myself. I love to perform characters, but I'm best at playing Katie Mulholland. That's the role I've been really great at all along. So I started working independently and writing my own music, and that was how everything got started a few years back. So that said, I know that's a bit long-winded, but that said,
but it's a good story.
A point of a lot of different training, and my bandmate and co-writer, Captain Hitz, who you guys will meet on Wednesday, and hopefully for the listeners, you'll come out and meet him because he's really inspiring to me, and I think he will be to you as well. He comes from a different place and is very, very talented at writing many different genres. So when we made an album together, we made a joke. The album's called A La Carte, and there's 6 different genres on the album, specifically and intentionally to highlight the fact that we've come from so many different places. And our sound has evolved to, I guess, general indie rock singer-songwriter fun. but our running stream is that we're a bit genreless and intentionally so.
I love it. I actually
awesome.
love it. It's almost like a box full of randomness. And someone said that to me the other day, so that's when you said that, that's what came to my mind, because you can almost put your hand in there and pull out anything. So, Katie, that's amazing, and I can't wait to be able to hear you guys. And I know that anyone who comes out to Toshi's Living Room is going to be a treat.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Now, how can we get in touch with you, follow you, and definitely become great fans?
Well, definitely coming on Wednesday would be a great way to do it. I love to have a strong online presence, but I always find that being able to shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye and make that connection one-on-one has a much more long-lasting impression. I'm a bit old school that way, I guess. I'll tweet at you, but I'd much rather hug you. It's just much closer to my heart that way. That said, though, I am available pretty much all over the Internet. I'm not completely ignorant to the fact that that's important. So I can be found. I have a website at ktmulholland.com, and on there, fans can join my mailing list. They can buy my music. They can stream my music on Spotify. They can see my music videos, connect with me in any myriad number of ways on there as well. So it's sort of a hub for all of my social media right there.
Awesome. Now, we have your music, Pack Your Bags. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that and set that up for us?
Sure, absolutely. Pack Your Bags is off the A La Carte album, and I would say that definitely falls into an alternative rock area, and actually we'll be performing that one live on Wednesday. So if you like the song, definitely come out and see us, because we're a bit different live than we are in recording, and I think you guys will really enjoy it, what we do with the song. But Pack Your Bags was something that we wrote about, of course, every songwriter loves to write love songs, but we were trying to highlight the recklessness of specifically young love. And that feeling that you get, if you think back to when you're 15, 16, the first time you really fall head over heels for somebody, how consequences stop mattering. You'll do anything and go anywhere to be with that person because it's your first time understanding that feeling and knowing it and not necessarily caring about what happens, just to be with that person. So Pack Your Bags, you'll hear it in the chorus. Pack your bags, say the word, and baby, we're gone, is anywhere we need to go, whatever we need to do, say it, and it's done. So that's really what the song is about, and we tried to make it as reminiscent of that feeling of just recklessness and joy as we could. And we have a great time singing it just because it really brings me back to that place in my life. So, I think people will enjoy it for that reason.
Love it.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for being on the show. Looking forward to seeing you Wednesday. And I know, as I said, I know you guys are going to have a great time.
Thank you so much, Letitia. We'll see you there.
Absolutely.
Yep, looking forward to it. Yep.
All right, Katie, don't go anywhere. And for you guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to play Pack Your Bags by the lovely KT Mulholland. And if you want to know how to spell her name so you can connect, definitely make sure you are using KT Mulholland. So don't go anywhere. We're going to play Pack Your Bags, followed by a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
So I packed up all my things and I went on the run to a new town where there's nothing but fun. And I guess it was true, but still there ain't enough sleep. So come, just come. Can you hear me? Are you with me? Pack your bags, say the words, and then we're gone, we're gone.
Hi, this is Benita with Off the Vine. Join us on Fridays at 3 o'clock for fun talk about wine. This season, I'm going to put this little sommelier certification to work as we expand the conversation to talk about beer and spirits too. Meet more exciting special guests, and you never know just who may show up at the studio. Off the Vine with Benita on the May We Help You Radio Network, giving you something to whine about.
I'm Tanya Free. This week marks 50 years since the March in Selma, Bloody Sunday, the police attacks on civil rights marchers at the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, that led over time to the Voting Rights Act of 1965. While we have made progress, last week Department of Justice report on Ferguson in a poll that 4 in 10 Americans say that race relations have gotten worse under our first black president is a reminder that we have not come as far as many believe. Let's talk about it this Wednesday on the Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show and 24/7 on TanyaFree.com. Until next time, be free and remember to live life with a purpose.
The Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show, your destination for the best in social and political straight talk. Wednesdays at 2 p.m., streaming live on TanyaFree.com and BlackTalkRadioNetwork.com. Join the conversation Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Incarceration doesn't just affect the one behind bars. It affects everyone. Here's your chance to let others know that being locked up leaves others locked down on the outside, hurting emotionally, economically, and spiritually. We want to know how you feel. Go to www.lovelockdownseries.com and make your creative voice heard. lovelockdownseries.com. We're listening.
And welcome back. You are joining us here at the Big Apple Indie Music Series. We are talking about T-BAMS and their showcase that's coming up Wednesday, March 11th, 7:30 p.m. at Toshi's Living Room. You want to go out to 9 West 26th Street in New York City to have a good time and meet all these wonderful artists that we've interviewed so far and some of the ones that we have to come, because the show is not over. We have so much more show for you. So, John, I know that one of the things that we were also talking about, that if you can't make it live to the showcase, I know that you guys have a way for the audience to be able to stream it and still feel a part of it. Do we want to tell them how they can do that?
Well, actually, we used to be on Gander.tv, but unfortunately, we're no longer on that. They ran out of funding, so that's not an option. NYCLiveRock.com is still in the process of updating their equipment, so we're not going to be on them. The only one we have right now is N Love Network, and that's capital N, capital L, capital U, capital V, network.com, and that's the only one at this point that we will be on at this right now. And let me just make sure I got that right, because I'm not I think that's how we do it. Yeah. Anyways, that's all right now. We're working on some new options on that as well, which we'll announce pretty soon. We're going to probably have our own network soon as well. So.
Okay. That's still good news, and that's still amazing, because, being able to create your own platform and be able to micromanage it a little bit better, I think is going to benefit and just continue to grow the T-BAMS name.
Yeah, that's our thought process too, because we've been relying on these other networks or sites, and they've been having some either technical issues or what have you, and we're going to have to start doing things ourselves, and that's just a work in progress. So
Absolutely.
the best way right now is to actually come down and be a part of it.
And hang out, exactly. So that's just doing more drivers to come and hang out.
Yeah, but I'll say this: we may be actually starting a new one in Florida very soon, either in Jacksonville or Tampa. So there's something to be watching out for.
My goodness.
So I don't want to go into detail yet, because that's just being finalized right now. So we'll be spreading out very soon.
I love it. Well, you know what? Speaking of, just spreading out, we have a wonderful young lady on the line with us. And, she comes by way of Germany, I want to say. And she just has, an amazing voice. She's a gorgeous young lady. and I bet you she is going to blow you away with her sound as well. So we want to introduce everyone and, introduce for the first time to some, I should say, and to bring on for her fans, Miss BB Thomas. Hi, Miss Thomas. How is it going today?
Hello. Everything is good. Actually, I'm sitting at West 4th Street and enjoying the sunshine right now.
Oh, John, did she just tease us with her? She's in the South talk right now.
Nice.
Absolutely love it. I know that John was in Florida not too long ago. John, I forgot to tell you congratulations to the new addition in your family.
Oh, yeah, new granddaughter. Yep, and we have another grandson due in May.
Oh, my goodness, awesome. Yep. That's some great stuff. Now, BB, just thinking about you and everything that you have been going through, and, you have such a great bio and career. John and I was talking about just the many talents that you have and education that you have in this industry. So we're super excited to talk to you about, just the business side and what music is and where it can go. So, just thinking of where, the education that you received in this industry, where do you see the digital portion of music versus, just cutting records and hoping to build those fan base? What's the difference in that? Is it a stronger sense?
So you mean being digital with the music, or?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, first of all, I think it's just amazing how it connects the world even more. And that, for example, a person in Japan could find your music in the internet and be a fan of yours, and he would have normally would have never heard about you or find you. And I really think this brings the world together. This is the part that I like.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating aspect, I think, to be able to just reach people globally and, to be able to connect with fans in such a huge way than just being on stage or just selling albums someplace. Being able to connect with them digitally is an amazing feat that, the world is growing more and more adapting to doing. With you being able to connect with so many different places, especially, like I said, you are originally from Germany. Have you been back and performed and really just been able to connect with the people in Germany as well?
Absolutely. So since 1 year, I go back and forth. That means I'm in New York for 2 months, and I go back home for 1 month to do my shows, perform, make the money over there. Because right now here in New York, I'm just an artist doing my music, and over there I make the money, have beautiful performances. And since I am half German, I really do always connect in Germany with my fans, with the people, and of course my family.
I love it. What is it like being able to go back home to Germany and to really connect with your fans there and see that they really respond to you in such a huge way?
It's since Germany and also the people are different, but in a positive way. They're very grounded. It can be something very serious, but in a good way. They take life serious. They take themselves serious. They have a lot of values and traditions. And so me going back home, it's really, there I'm really able to ground again. Because, in New York you can get lost in all this energy and chaos and opportunities so easily and so fast and forget what you are about, where you come from, what life is about, and what really matters.
I think we talked to someone who was from a different country before. It escapes me. That goes to show my age now, who exactly it was. But I remember they were saying, like you said, being from where he was, it is a more grounding feeling because the industry feeds differently there. It's more just being able to enjoy the music as you do it and not have to trend it to something like, in the U.S., a lot of the artists want to have trended music and it has to be along the times of what's going on. How do you like being an indie artist, being able to kind of be able to perform any type of music that you want and to enjoy it and not worry about it being a trendy type music?
That's such freedom, especially with me. I started to produce last year, write my songs, play the guitar and the piano, and for me, I just felt like I just want to do music. I don't want to put myself in one genre, and so being an independent artist, I had the freedom to just go wild, and so, which means now I have like 6-7 songs. One is a dubstep song, one is an acoustic soul song, one is R&B, and I'm just in a positive way all over the place and just exploring the whole me, the whole being. And this is true freedom and gives me a true bliss.
I love it. I love it. You're so cool. You're so cool. I love that. Well, tell your story. Tell us how you ended up in the music industry and your love and passion. Well, you just told us your love and passion for it. So just tell us, what got you started in this industry.
So, well, I was separated. So in Germany, I sing for big, big corporate events and for, on festivals in front of 10,000 people. But mostly I did cover tunes. So that means I sang the most famous songs of Beyonce, Rihanna, and so on and so forth. And it was great. And I'm still making good money. But last year, I felt there was like a piece of the puzzle missing, of the BB puzzle. And so I said, well, so I was born in New York. I never lived here, and I feel like I need to really find out who I am as an artist and as a person. So I told my agency, bye, I'm gone for 2 months. I need to find myself as a person. They were like, excuse me, what? So I came here to New York with my laptop, bought a guitar, a little keyboard, and I just said, let me just write my story and just start. And that's what happened. I started to walk through the streets of New York, and that's how I wrote a song that's called Serenity. And I was looking at the people rushing, running, meanwhile being on their phones, and I just realized, for example, with that song, like, what really matters is how should I say it? You can go after your goals and be all over the place, but at the end of the day, you will never really be happy and content, even if you reach your goals, if you don't find your inner peace and your serenity. And so this is one of my first songs. I was like, yes, this is what I'm about. And I really try to write about, I want people to reconnect with themselves, not just with me and my music, but reconnect with themselves and be able to think about themselves, like, what is important to me? Who am I? Where am I going? What really matters in life?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think some of the best artists are people watchers, because you, like you said, you want to be able to connect to the people that's out there and get them to connecting to each other. That was very wise words, and I love the fact that you really articulated it very well for us to be able to connect with you even more. Wanting the people to connect to each other, I think, is going to bridge that gap for your music as well. Now, just thinking back to what I said earlier to the other young lady, Casey McCollin, who was on the line with us, this is Women's History Month, and, we just celebrated International Women's Day Sunday. Do you have any powerful words to say to some of the young women out there today who are considering this to be their industry of choice?
Yes. You all are queens. And you just have to believe it and take it from there. You can reach any goal. You can be whatever you want. You all are queens. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I love it. And you know what? And I believe in that queendom as well. We crown women every day here. So just thank you so much for that. Now, baby, if we want to follow you and connect with you on social media or, purchase any of your music, how can we do that?
So social media would be at BB Thomas with 2 Z's, because 1 Z was already taken. So at BB Thomas with 2 Z's. Hey. And my single Fighter is on iTunes. That's for now, because I'm still producing my songs, and everything is new. But for now, social media and of course YouTube and my single Fighter, which I think everybody would love, and it's like a really empowering song. Everybody can relate to it.
Excellent. And actually, that's what we're going to play, Fighter. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about Fighter?
Yeah, so it came from a dark and personal place. I had several people in my past and my childhood saying that I'm not worth living, and that, telling me the N-word, and that I should kill myself. And it was for a minute I really wanted to, take my life myself, and then something stopped me, and everything turned around, and I said, no, I want to fight for my life, for who I am, and prove myself, the world, the haters, whoever, that I'm worth living, and that I'm a survivor, and then that I can be whatever I want, and that I'm strong. And this is for everybody out there. You all are fighters.
Absolutely.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm glad that you have taken the path that's worth fighting for, your life, your love, and your passion. And like you said, and anyone else who thinks any way else, we won't say it on the air, but I think me and John are probably thinking it. So, BB, it's just been amazing talking to you today. As I stated, you're such a beautiful woman, and your music is definitely going to be a game changer for them. I know they're looking forward to meeting you Wednesday, March 11th at Toshi's Living Room. You have any final words that you would like to say to everybody?
Make love, not war. Oh, really, love is the most important. We sometimes forget it. We get caught up in so many other things, but love is really the thing.
I'm with you 100%.
Well, everyone, this has been the lovely BB Thomas. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk to you in just a moment, BB. So we are going to now play Fighter, and we are going to take a quick commercial break after Fighter. So we don't want you to go anywhere. We want you to enjoy Miss BB Thomas and the artist that we have coming up next. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
Red mine on my skin, worn out, deep within, so tight I can't breathe. Wanna be free. I left the battlefield behind, so just try to destroy my life. Unthinkable, impossible, 'cause I did not tell you I'm a fighter. Didn't you see I'm a fighter? Didn't you know I can't go higher? 'Cause I'm a fighter. I walk like a tough, like a fighter. I hold my head up like a fighter. I run up my flag much higher. 'Cause I'm a broken bones that kills my pride. Eyes wide, 'cause I stand up. Finally gonna be a brave man. I left the battlefield behind, so just try to destroy my pride. Unthinkable, impossible, 'cause I
message is from the desk of Samika Melton, the teen self-esteem strategist and the founder of Rising Above Expectations Youth Services Incorporated, commonly known as RAY. Rising Above Expectations Youth Services Incorporated is a mentoring and leadership organization serving youth 8 to 18 from diverse backgrounds with an urgent focus on middle school and high school girls. Our foundation is built on integrity, purpose, perseverance, and love. We teach youth to live life rising above expectations through self-esteem building, healthy relationship education, self-harm prevention education, and anti-bullying prevention and intervention services. In order to continue our mission, we need your help. Rising Above Expectations Youth Services Incorporated is searching for sponsors, volunteers, and partnerships to build stronger communities through the youth and families we serve. Please contact us directly at 202-421-1945 or email us at info@raeyouth.org. And please take a moment to visit our website at www.risingaboveexpectations.org. And in the meantime, I'll ask you to live life rising above expectations.
Are you frustrated, disappointed, discouraged with your life? Are you angry with God? What's holding you back from fulfilling your purpose? Are you struggling as a leader in ministry? Do you believe you have an end-time calling? If you answered yes to any of these questions, tune in to The Waymakers on MWHY Radio Network every other Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here to support you. Join us to get the answers that will prepare the way of the Lord in your life.
And welcome back. Welcome back. We are just continuing to take this show to higher and higher levels. We are at the T-BAMS. That's the Big Apple Indie Music Series radio show. I'm your host, Letitia M. I am joined by the wonderful John Landers of T-BAMS, one of the founders and CEOs, and we've just been having a good time bringing you indie artists from apparently around the world. So that's just amazing. John, you guys just keep getting, the artists that you bring forth are such gems. Not to say that they don't have hundreds of thousands and millions of fans, but just to be able to, talk with them and learn a different side of them, I just love the fact that T-BAMS has created this type of a platform.
Well, and I'll share this with you. We had a record number of submissions this past month on Reverb Nation of over 4,000. So we have no shortage of people who want to come in. But again, we vet them very carefully. The three criteria we keep telling them is that you need to have a video of live performances so we can see that you can sing without the use of auto-tune and sing on key. You need to have a good stage presence and know how to engage your audience. And if you can do all those three things, you pass our criteria, then you have a better shot at it. But because we're not your typical open mic, that's what we try to instill in people, and that's what the industry expects from us. So we're building a reputation just on that alone.
I love it. I love it. And those aren't hard for someone who's out there all the time. You definitely want to make sure that, you're getting recorded performances. And, John, they don't have to be professionally recorded. It's just something that you can be able to see and see that it's tangible. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And if they don't have any videos, then we'll ask you to audition live via Skype so we can see you that way. We're making it as simple as we can for you.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, T-BAMS, is definitely a great connection to have in the music industry. And so we want to encourage artists to continue to follow the path connect with the right people in the industry, and you will see that growth. And just speaking of someone who is just amazing and is very passionate about her craft, we have another artist joining us. Because, like you said, we have no shortage of artists today, and that is the wonderful Markeisha. Now, before I bring this lovely young lady on, what can you tell us about Markeisha?
Well, okay, she's based in New York City. Her genre is basically R&B, soul, adult contemporary, and she's a singer-songwriter in her right. She has she's like a cross between Alicia Keys and Stevie Wonder, which is kind of unusual. And she was awarded the 2011 Abe Allman Scholarship Award for Excellence in Songwriting from the Songwriters Hall of Fame, Songwriters Guild of America, a while back in 2011. So that's not bad. So I mean, she's really got a good blend of Motown, doo-wop harmonies, pop melodies, and somewhat of a gospel singer in her own right too. And her new EP out is called "Talk to Me."
Love it, love it. Well, let's bring on this young lady with us now. Miss Markeisha, how is it going today?
Hi, Letitia. Hi, John. How are you?
Wonderful.
Yes, how are good.
Loving, I've seen a couple of photos of you, and I have to say, your passion for what you do is so displayed. And, I don't know if they took them on key or if it just happens to be that you're always passionate when you're on a stage, but you seem to just really, really, really love what you do. Tell us about your love for music and your passion and what brought you into this industry.
Well, I do love doing music more than anything. It makes me so happy, and it's just joyful, and it's kind of always been the way that I've been able to sort of calm myself. If anything's going on, I can just go sit at a piano and sing and play, write music, and it's always kind of been a sanctuary for me. And, I think I started singing when I was about 6 or 7. My mom forced me to be in the church choir when I didn't want to do it, and I'm so glad she did because I just loved singing. I loved gospel music. I loved the spirituality of it. I loved the way that I felt connected. I've just always loved songs and music, and when I was in high school I started writing poetry and started getting into songwriting, and for me it's been a wonderful outlet for anything that I need to communicate with people, any feeling that I'm having. So I feel so passionate about my music.
I love it. And and like I said before, it's really showing that you have this love and have this passion for what you do. And so, I just want to continue to encourage women this month for their passion for their craft and to strive for excellence in what they do. And, I'm sure you probably heard we were talking about the fact that this is Women's History Month and that we just celebrated International Women's Day. What can you say, empowering words, or just that moment that you can give to a woman who's listening today?
Work on your craft. Study your craft, have faith in yourself, and work hard. I think those are the 3 things that have really helped me. I think it's very important to study what you want to do. It's not just something that you're going to get up and, I'm a great singer or I can write songs. Maybe you can, but just like any profession, I think it's very important to study and to practice and to work on things. And,
now, what got you started into the industry itself? What made you decide to step up to that piano, as I see that you're playing, and be the artist you are today?
Well, I had a lot of influences. I remember when I was a kid listening to Mariah Carey, and whenever I would get her CDs, I would open up the liner notes and check out who wrote the song. And even when I was a kid, I wanted to know who produced it, who wrote the song, and that's kind of what started it for me, is that I loved singing, but I also wanted to be able to write when I was going to sing and be involved in that kind of way.
I love it. I think when I used to open up the end flap, I don't know what I was looking for. I don't think I was ever looking for at a young age to see who wrote the song and how it was produced. Sometimes I will look to see if the artist had actually written it itself, because you have a point there. Not all artists actually write their own music. It doesn't make them less of a performer, but it's just that, you know, sometimes that's why songwriters get paid.
That's right. That's
to make beautiful music. You know, and sometimes they know what they want it to sound like, and they know who can make it sound the best, and that's why they reach out to certain artists for that. So that's amazing that, you know, at a young age, that was your interest to really see how it was being made and who was actually in charge of doing that. So, you know, I commend the young women out there today. Like you said, it's about being educated, and it's about continuing to learn the craft to be a great artist.
You know, and I think that those things, like having faith in yourself, working hard, knowing your craft, it will help you have longevity. You know, there's a lot of people that will have success for a little bit, but the people that really have some good skills are the ones that can adapt. If the music industry changes, you know, they can be singers, but if they can also write or they can also produce, it's just ways that you can also help yourself.
Love it. I love it. Now, you know, just you sound so well-rounded and grounded in this industry. What would you say so far has been one of your most memorable performances?
Well, you know, last year I got hired to sing in Japan for about 4 months at a wonderful five-star hotel, and that was a great experience for me because it was just me and a piano 6 nights a week singing and connecting with the audience and getting to do a lot of different music. I did some of my music. I did some cover tunes. But for me, it was such a wonderful experience because the audiences over there are so open to R&B, American R&B and soul and jazz, and to kind of see that reaction there and just to have a love of music, it was wonderful.
Markeisha, I must say I'm jealous. Japan is one of the places that is on my to-do list of places that I have to go and experience. I love the Asian culture, and as you stated, it is very open in a lot of the Asian countries because their love is not for the trend of the music. Their love is for the music. So that's why, you know, they still embrace a lot of 80s and 70s and 60s music because it was music. It was definitely something that was the instruments, the big bands, the guitars, the pianos, the saxophones. I think that's what they embrace more. And so they definitely love the music, and I'm so happy to hear that you had such a great tour there.
And I ate a lot of really good food too. It was great.
a lot of sushi.
A lot of sushi. Some of the food I was not sure what it was, but I would try it. But it was delicious. It was really good.
That you bring up the food that way. We started in my household. We started doing like traditional fried rice. We started doing traditional bowls of ramen, like real bowls of ramen. And like you said, it is a difference. It is a difference when you utilize different recipes and really bring a different culture to life. So I'm jealous, but I won't be for long. I'm gonna have to make that trip one day and get out there so I can see the sights like you did. Did you have did you come back changed in a different artist after that experience?
Yes, I totally did because, I mean, going back to the practicing thing as well, like when you have to play, 4 sets a night, 6 nights a week, it really gets you whipped into shape. You become a singing athlete, basically.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really wonderful for me because it kind of showed me, too, that, you can perform under situations that won't maybe not be perfect all the time, but you can still do a great job. And so when I came back to New York, now doing a 45-minute set seems like easy. So it just was such a wonderful confidence builder as an artist, just to get out there and be in front of people so much,
Now, are you looking to try to tour to different countries and maybe connect with other hotels or resorts where you can do that same type of adventure again, but just maybe someplace else?
Yes, definitely. I mean, the things I love to do most are make music, travel, and to eat food. So it's it's a great way to get to do those three things. So yes, I'm definitely trying to get some more jobs like that soon.
I love it. That is so hilarious. And eat food. We have to make sure we put that in there. And the reason why, like you said, when you're performing that heavy, you have to constantly be feeding the beast. You have to put that nutrient back into you so that, you can be out there for, when you said that you said 4 sets a night? Yeah, that is some standing power right there. Being in front of it, performing, and being on top of your game that way, you do have to make sure that you are eating. You can't be a starving artist for real.
That's right.
I never believe in starving artists. So I guess that's a good thing that you were working with the hotel because they were feeding you.
And it was really good food. It was delicious food.
I love it.
Cool.
I love it. You sound like you've had some great adventures, and and I'm just so happy to hear. When we step out of our zone, some artists are very regional bound. Some are, U.S. bound. They do get to travel from coast to coast. But to be able to step out and go someplace that's so different, culturally and where we're not always accepted as Americans, but as you stated, when we come there with a purpose, and your purpose was to perform, provide entertainment, and to continue to bring something that delights that audience, I'm sure you were very well embraced there. So I'm just, you don't see the smile on my face. I hope you can hear it because I'm very excited and super happy for you on that level. Now, just let's talk about how you got that connection. And, we were talking about it earlier, how the digital world is definitely assisting the indie artists in a lot of new ways than they have in the last 10 years. What do you think an artist, or how do you think an artist should be presented online for them to be able to be found no matter what country we are in?
I love YouTube. That's where I'm finding new music for myself. Like, I can spend hours and hours on there. I really love when artists put up their own kind of covers of things that are popular right now, but they do their own arrangement on that. That's a lot of ways that I tend to find new people, is that if I see a video of theirs that I really like, then I'll start clicking on more stuff. And I've definitely found some new artists that I'm really into on YouTube.
That is really cool that you said that. I have seen, it is interesting, John, because, Marquisha, you have such a huge point on there. There is like Bradley Loves Ya. He has a YouTube channel, and all they do is a lot of different covers of other artists, popular or not. They even do like the old Saturday cartoons, and they rearrange them like big band style and or jazzy blues or So if anybody is like interested in finding something that is, and they toured the U.S. and they're out of the country now, I think. And he hooks up with a lot of different artists, and they put together all of these different arrangements, and it is very interesting. It's not just about, you as a writer. Like you said, it's about you even hearing something that's popular and hearing it different. My favorite that they've done, I want to say, is probably Beyonce's song, Drunk in Love. They rearranged it, and that's like my favorite song because it's like it's more 50-ish that they did it to, and it's just amazing. So when you can take someone else's song and make it your own, to it's almost unrecognizable but loved by millions, that's when you know you're doing something in that studio. You're doing something good.
And I mean, when I was in Japan, I discovered this group called Dirty Loops, and I think they're starting to get a little popular over here, but over there they're much more popular, and they're a Swedish kind of R&B funk band. And I think their story was they were discovered by doing really cool covers of some Justin Bieber songs and some other stuff, but their musicianship skills are so phenomenal that it just was a new song the way that they did it, and then they got discovered and got signed.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Now, did you get a chance to collaborate since you have been doing music either, in Japan or here in New York? I'm not actually in New York, so when I said here in New York, I had to take that back. But have you had a chance to work with other artists and perform with them as well?
Yeah, I'm a part of this organization called the Songwriters Guild, and we used to meet about once a week, and there were some great artists there, and I met my producer there, and he produced my EP, Talk to Me. Some other artists there that I've co-written with. It's a great organization, and that's where I found a lot of my friendships actually as well, but a lot of the people that I collaborate with.
Absolutely love it. We believe in collaborations here, and we hope that throughout your T-BAMS family, you will be able to find some artists that you can collab and maybe put together, short tours and things like that with, because I think as an artist, you are amazing, and I am just so excited to see what you have coming up for us next. I know it's going to be just some great stuff. Now, Marquisha, if we want to be able to follow you and become new fans of yours and even see some of your YouTube stuff, how can we follow you online?
Well, my website is marquisha.com, and there's links for Facebook, which is Marquisha Ensley for Facebook, and Twitter is Marquisha E. Instagram is Marquisha Ensley.
Awesome. Now, the song that we have for you is Maybe. You want to tell us a little bit about Maybe before we play it?
Sure. I mean, a lot of my songs are inspired by true events. So this one, I remember I was kind of really into a guy, and I found out that he was getting ready to go out with somebody else. And I remember I was standing on the subway waiting for the train, and I just had this idea, what would happen if I told him how I really feel? And I came home, and I started writing the song, and I think it was finished within maybe a couple of hours.
Wow.
Well, you know what, Guy? It's okay. You want to go out with someone else? That's okay. Marquisha is internationally known. You're losing out, buddy. Well, Marquisha.
It's just lost, like I say.
We thank you so much for being and hanging out with us today, being on the show, being a part of the showcase. We're looking forward to seeing you Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And, come back anytime. We definitely appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere, Marquisha. We're going to talk to you in just a moment.
Okay.
So, everyone, here is Marquisha, Maybe. When we come back, we have some recordings that we're going to play for you and some more music. So we don't want you to go anywhere. We will be right back.
Collect myself, I've got to say this. It's you and no one else. I've played it over and over in my head, just what you might do if I confess. Maybe you'll hear me when I tell you I have loved you all this time. And maybe
The Queen Esther Radio Show is live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me, Jessica Taylor,
and me, Jason Mosley, to be entertained by authors, artists, and spiritual leaders.
We look forward to being a blessing in your life every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Only on the MWHY Radio Network.
Hey, this is Coffee Black, coming through to bring you the latest in sports, celebrity, and entertainment news. Here's the tip this week. So, baby daddy Chris Brown refuses to comment on this baby scandal. The baby mama's ex-husband and other possible father are saying enough for everyone. Moving on. Oprah Winfrey has closed down Harpo Studios in Chicago. She laid off 200-some employees that couldn't make the move to Los Angeles to the own studios. But ain't nothing wrong with consolidating. Marshawn Lynch signed a 3-year, $31 million contract with the Seahawks. But I wonder how much of that will actually go to future fines. Lastly, it looks like Nick Gordon is in rehab. Who that? You know, Bobby Christina's brother/husband. Well, he went on Dr. Phil and rehab from there. I'm happy he went, but the timing reeks of exploitation. I'm just saying. Check out my site, thesipwithcoffeeblack.com, and tune in next week to The Sip with Coffee Black. No sugar, no cream.
The Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show is happy to announce our partnership with the May We Help You Radio Network. You can now catch the rebroadcast of our Wednesday show every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's Tanya Free and Friends, the podcast, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. We welcome your comments and opinions 24/7 at TanyaFree.com, Facebook and Twitter, or send me a text by texting the word Tanya, that's 72727. Tanya Free and Friends, and May We Help You Radio. Living life with a purpose.
And welcome back to the showcase. We've been having such an amazing time meeting all of the artists that's going to be a part of the showcase. We still have some more show to go to for you. So we, again, welcome you back to the Big Apple Indie Music Show radio show. So we are here with T-BAM's very own John Landers. We've been talking nothing but T-BAMs and the artists. We've been talking a little bit about Women's History Month because John, you have a lot of women on this showcase this month. Was that by design?
Actually, no, not really. Just by chance. It just happened to be. I only have the one guy, Ossie at Elmore, and everyone is female.
I want to say poor guy, but he's going to be surrounded by so many beautiful women. I kind of don't feel bad for him now.
No, and it's all just about the talent. You know, it's just the way it turned out. But we can also talk about next month because when we're done with these other artists, we can also mention we already have our next month. April's already lined up for that as well. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Before we go into the next artist, you did remind me that we do want to let everyone know that May We Help You Radio Network, also known as MWHY Radio, is also now on Spreaker. That's SPREAKER. That is how we get to, you ready for it? iHeartRadio. That's right. So we want you to join us on Spreaker.com. All you have to do is when you go to Spreaker.com, type in MWHY space radio. You'll see us there as a user, and you can follow our shows there as well. And that way you can get the latest news, the connection, and see all of the different shows and become a bigger fan of what we do here. We are now, in 10 different cities on 14 different AM and FM stations, over 20 different podcasting sites, including the one you're listening to now, Blog Talk Radio. And, we just are so many different places. So we just, are so thankful for the growth and the success of the network itself. We've signed probably 3 or 4 new hosts just last month, so there's some new shows coming for you next month and this month. So, just thanking that opportunity. Also, I know, John, we talked about me being the guest host for the May showcase, so
Yep.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everyone again. You have to come out to Toshi's living room to hang out with me, but I look forward to seeing everyone again in May. So I know that's going to be just amazing stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. May 13th. We got you coming in.
Now, you also had some news about a new partnership that you have, and so we've been kind of holding it off, but I'm excited to hear about it now.
Okay, well, yes, Guitar Centers. We just had a meeting with them. I just had a meeting with them a couple of weeks ago, and so what we're going to be doing with them is whenever one of the artists who becomes a member of T-Bame's family that becomes a membership, and they have a new CD release coming up or EP release, we will do that special event for them at the Guitar Centers down in Union Square on 14th Street in Manhattan. So, and that's just the start. Once we get established with Guitar Centers in New York, as we grow out to other cities, we'll be working with the Guitar Centers in other cities as well. So that's a big plus for us. That's going to really take us to a whole new level.
Awesome. I absolutely love it. Guitar Center, we love you and this new connection, and I know the artists will as well. And speaking of artists, now we have two more artists that we need to talk about. They weren't able to be here live, but this one young lady, I've already interviewed her in the past because she was on the showcase before. She was nice enough to send us a clip to just kind of catch us up and tell us what she's been about. That is Miss Rachel Millman. What can you tell us about Rachel before we play this clip?
Well, she comes out of Springfield, New Jersey. She's more of a pop acoustic rock adult contemporary. We were supposed to have her in a few months back, but I forget something came up and she couldn't make it and what have you. But we're bringing her back this month. We're excited to have her. She's had in 2011 she had her debut appearance in NBC's Weekend Today in New York. She also sang in the national anthem at Citi Field for the Mets versus Phillies game for over 30,000 fans, as well as performed at the famed NYC Club Feinstein's in Lowe's Regency. So she's got a lot of talent, great sound, and we're really excited to have her finally come to perform for us on Wednesday night.
This is going to be amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this clip, followed by Rachel Millman, Big Bites, and a quick commercial break. So when we come back, we have one more artist to talk about. So, guys, don't go anywhere. Enjoy Rachel's interview and the Big Bite.
Hey, everyone. This is Rachel Millman. Letitia, my Jersey girl, thank you so much for having me on the show. And my apologies for not being able to be there with you live, but happy to be here via the beauty of technology. I'm really excited to be performing this Wednesday, March 11th, at Toshi's Living Room in New York City for the Big Apple Indie Music Series, a.k.a. T-Bames. I'll be performing a mix of songs from my latest EP titled Now, as well as my debut EP titled If I Believe. You can head over to my website, rachelmillman.com, to take a listen to all of my music, and I hope you enjoy it. Letitia had asked me to share any exciting news, and it just so happens that a few months back I had the experience of a lifetime. I got to sing and work with one of my idols, Idina Menzel. It was an outrageously unreal experience. She is a true performer and such a professional. It was a dream come true to meet her and have an opportunity to learn from her. It's definitely an experience I will never, ever forget. So, I hope y'all can make it on Wednesday night to Toshi's Living Room. It's sure to be an amazing night of music. And, of course, a special shout-out to John Landers for giving me this opportunity. I'm so looking forward to it. See you Wednesday night. Thanks, guys.
50 million stories tall. Where does man fit in it all? I never hear the subway train complain. The world is at my fingertips. I still taste you on my lips in alleyways on summer days that rain. Concrete flowers towering above me. This entire empire's gonna love me. I'm gonna take a big bite out of the big apple. Hungry for more than just piece of the apple crust. I'll give it all I have to give. And when I take a big bite out of the big apple, people are gonna feel it was a sign of real in this beautiful life we live day and night. 'Cause
To all of my female entrepreneurs, it's time to expand your region and business profits. Are you networking in the same locale and viewing the same guest list over and over? Do you find your colleagues are referring new business and its clients that you already have in your portfolio? Are you industry stagnant? And are your social groups and events filled with the same people? If you answer yes to just one of these questions, it's time to expand internationally. You are cordially invited to petition for attendance to an all-female exclusive and private event featuring the Power of 52 Women, the East Coast International Business Symposium, hosted by rockstar entrepreneur and international business consultant Erica A. Murray and multimedia distributor and expert Letitia M., and moderator Ms. Joan Henry of the Women's Entrepreneur Expo, beginning February 28, 2015 in Baltimore, Maryland, March 28th in New York, April 18th in Washington, D.C., May the 23rd in Atlanta, Georgia, June the 20th in Boston, Massachusetts, and September, Africa. If you are serious about your business, don't miss this event. Go to www.thepowerof52women.com for more information. Once again, go to www.thepowerof52women.com and register today. This is an event you don't want to miss.
If you're the parent of a child with behavioral challenges that has been suspended, expelled, or just not able to make it in a traditional school setting, there is an alternative. Call the Metropolitan Day School today. Licensed and accredited grades K through 12. Call 804-321-2595. Financial assistance and after-school programs are available. Let's turn this school year around right now at the Metropolitan Day School, where Eagles soar. Call Ms. Thomas today. 804-321-2595.
And welcome back to the showcase. You are listening to the Big Apple Indie Music Radio Show. That's right. The Big Apple Indie Music Series is also known for the work that they do each month with indie artists at a big showcase that's hosted at Toshi's Living Room, 9 West 26th Street in New York City. So you're just in time because their next showcase is March 11th, this Wednesday. So you want to be there at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the doors open, the showcases. Now, John, I know you have some great news about next month because you already have your list for your showcase.
Oh, yes, we do. But do you want to just first talk about Jesse, or do we want to go to the next month? I wasn't sure which order.
We would go to April and then end with Jesse. That way we can close out the show after hearing her wonderful music.
Yep, so next month we have a rock group by the name of Chaser 8 coming in, another rock roots Americana folk jam band by the name of Monterey Band, Mike Monterey Band. They're coming in. We have an R&B soul singer, Amelia Waddy, which is going to be awesome. She's really good. Another R&B and soul group called Bridge City Hustle. We have a hip-hop and rap artist, Epic Failure. Sounds really good. I'm sure it could be a success despite his name. And tentatively, a rock group called Giffords Lane, a teenage group. Very, very young, but very talented group that I was really impressed with when I saw them off of Reverb Nation. And I must say, having a record number of over 4,000 submissions this past month, it was very challenging to get to see any of these. And that's not including the submissions we get directly from people through our other social media, email, and what have you that try to reach out to us all the time. So, I mean, it's just amazing. There's no shortage of artists coming to want to perform for T-BAMES, that's for sure.
That is amazing. And I know that if everybody is waiting to hear any of these bands for your March showcase, what day will they be able to make sure that they're going to be available for?
For the April, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all confirmed with the exception of Giffords Lane. I'm just waiting for them to confirm back. But they'll be April 8th, Wednesday night again. Oh, and April 9th, I should add that we're going to do our first special event at the Guitar Centers for a CD release for Mr. Wonderful. So that's the April 9th at the Guitar Centers in Union Square on 14th Street. So that'll be April 9th of next month. So that's our first major event with Guitar Centers.
Very, very, and I know it's going to make such a difference in the showcase. So I know we all cannot not wait. Now, did you have any final announcements before we go into Rachel? Into Jesse.
Jesse, let's see. Well, again, there is some talk now because I just got back from Tampa, Florida. I did some research down there. We may start doing some showcases down there. I'd say maybe toward the end of the year. I don't want to say it too soon because we've got to sort of first plan for it. Mm-hmm. But either Tampa or Jacksonville, Florida will be one of our next possible showcases. I already have some people there that want to help me, sponsor that and do it. So that's just a work in progress. And, of course, we'll expand to other cities in the near future as well. We'll be going into, places like Miami, Nashville, Austin, L.A., Atlanta, and Detroit. So it's a lot of growth in the works. But first we got to make sure that New York is really set, and I think we're almost there at this point. We're doing phenomenal in New York. There's not a night that goes by on a Wednesday in the month that we don't pack the place from start to finish. So anyone who wants to come, I suggest you get there early if you want to get a seat because they fill up real fast.
Absolutely. Well, we just want to remind everybody about the event that the May We Help You Radio Network is hosting as well, September 12th. It's going to be here in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to be at the Chesterfield Town Center Mall. We're already expecting over 12,000 people, so we want you to be a part of it as well. You'll be able to meet other hosts in the network as well as get great performances from indie artists from around the world. So I know, John, that, we're going to already put you on call to be there and hang out with us and hobnob with some of the people we're going to have out here in Richmond. So we're definitely looking forward. You can go to Eventbrite. The tickets are free. So we want you to go to eventbrite.com/Meet MWHY, so that way you can meet with us there. The name of the event is going to be Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise because we definitely want to make you all of those things as best we can. So you know what, John, what can you tell us a little bit about this next artist, Jessie Mechanic?
Yes, it has nothing to do with your car dealers, just so you know. That's her last name. She comes from New York. She's got her debut EP was called Wandering in Room. It was released back in November of last year. She's a good rock sound artist. She's just really talented indie artist that we really are looking forward to having here. That's pretty much what I can say. She had a short bio on her site, so I didn't have really much to work with on that. But I loved what her sound was like, and I think she's going to bring a lot to the table. She's got a really good set.
That is awesome. And I know we're all looking forward to meeting Miss Jessie, and we apologize for not being able to have an interview for her today. But, guys, you have to go out there and see her live. Remember, it's March 11th, and that is at Toshi's Living Room, 9 West 26th Street in New York, 7:30, so don't be late. We are going to close out with Wandering in Rome and with the commercial break. So you won't hear back from me and John, but we want you to enjoy the music to come. So we want to say a thank you for tuning in and a good night to you all until next month.
Yep, thanks for being here. Look forward to it.
You let
Hi, this is Capri Smith of the Uncuffed Radio Show. Join me every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to learn how you can grow in your business, personal environment, and reach your true potential by uncuffing what is binding you. Only on the Maybe Help You Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Letitia M., owner of May We Help You Network. I want to thank you for joining us and enjoying our host here on MWHY Radio Network. Please visit us online at mwhyradio.com and like us on facebook.com/MWHY Radio. Tune in to learn more about our hosts and upcoming contests and our TV programming that will be coming to you soon. MWHY Radio, bringing together business, community, and you.